I'm 54 years old, live in Los Angeles, California. I've been a tech executive for 30 years. I started with IBM, and I've worked for Accenture for quite some time. At the time that I was heavily investing in XRP, actually, and I've also worked for FIS. Some of you know, one of the largest payments provider. I no longer work at FIS. I'm building a tech startup right now, which I'll remain nameless at this point. So a lot of background in payments, but one of the things that Bob and I talked about some time ago when I was at Accenture, one of the things I'm no longer on NDAs, but the one thing that I was able to do is Accenture, just like everyone else, has a Salesforce.com, which is a CRM, customer relationship management software. And I was, as an investor, was able to go into and look at, and this is a time where everybody was doubting, oh, you know, Ripple's not working with that many banks. And that's the time Brad Garlinghouse was saying, we're bringing on 2 new banks a week. And I could look in Salesforce.com because you wonder, how does a small startup like Ripple, who only has, at the time, 50 to 100 employees, how are they integrating these banks? Because that's a big project. 3 months, 6 months, a year. And the reason why they were getting them on so quickly is Accenture and IBM are the 2 largest tech integrators in the world. The Global 2000 use them for implementing any of the latest, greatest softwares. And so Accenture was a partner of Ripple, and I looked in our Salesforce.com, and I could see all 300 banks that Accenture had integrated for Ripple. Now, and I was pleasantly surprised at that. And we're talking big names. This was Bank of Australia, Bank of England, Bank of Canada, so on and so on. And so they're all primed, and they've been primed and ready to go since this was 2000, Bob, that was about 2016 I shared with you.
Yeah, I think it was 2017, 2018.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Minimum.
And I could see them all. They were all, and that means they're all primed and ready to go. So you've heard Mr. Schwartz talk about the flywheel effect. You've got to have liquidity on both sides for this thing to work. And so, while I can't speak to a flip the switch moment, I'm not an insider. I won't claim to be, but I can just see what's happening. That there is a moment where something happens where they all start using it. And Bob.
So technically, like a flip of the switch moment.
Yeah. And who's in control of that to say go? Your guess is as good as mine. But that could be the IMFs of the world, the BIS. You know all that, but. So that's all just Bob and I talked about. Bob, is that what you were hoping to hear from me?
Yeah, just because I remember like the last time we spoke, you just jumped on the space and you were like, "Hi guys, my name's Tony, this and that," and you just basically said like, I do believe in a flip of the switch moment, and you weren't necessarily alluding to like I know for a fact. Right. But you were saying like I could see why something like this would like happen all at once, sort of thing.
I definitely could. So yeah, I'm on board with that theory as a plausible scenario for sure. I'm 50.